Hello, everybody. Welcome back to In the Pit with Jeff. It's May 13th today here in Brantford, Canada. It's 11 degrees outside, cloudy, dark. We were supposed to be getting 3 days worth of rain, but I think that's kind of changed. But anyways, it's kind of miserable outside right now. It's a 8:45, so I thought I'd sneak down and do a little video. What we're looking at is my dad's Hawker Hurricane. This was 80 inch, was blowing up Brian Taylor hurricane plans. He had a Super Tiger gas guzzler. I believe it's a 2000 in there. And I think we had converted it to an OS carburetor because people were having carb issues with them. Excuse it. I haven't. She's rough. I haven't tested it off. She's been through the war. It is YOA, which was the Hawker Hurricane at Warplane Heritage that used to fly quite a bit with our Vera the Lancaster. Unfortunately, it was lost. I'm not sure what year it was, where they had a big hangar fire, lost a hurricane. I believe the Avenger, which we now just got the new Avengers up and flying. There was I think it was a Canadian actor had a Spitfire. I think his Spitfire was lost in it too. But anyways, now they just have a replica Hurricane. My dad's dig it out here. Back in the day, I'll get you down here. See if I can see the year. So here, May of 1988, the old scale RC modelers, done by Storm and Norm Goyer. He had come up to Kitchener, Ontario. Used to have a nice scale rally, so we actually ended up on the cover. This one's my dad's Hurricane. This, I think, was Bill Orris. He flew scale and pattern, I believe, from London. But our airplane is actual. I think his is more like a desert scheme. Dad's was more accurate paint. I believe we got some paint from Warplane Heritage back in the day. Can't remember what the gentleman's name was. I'd have to look up, but Franks or something. Anyways, my dad had, when he was decided to do his 65-inch Brian Taylor Hurricane, Warplane Heritage was nice enough to roll the Hurricane out for him on the outside of the hangar, so he could get a lot of pictures of it. They worked really great with him, dropped the flaps, all kinds of stuff, so he could get lots of pictures. Some of the cockpit stuff's buggered up now. And there was, I don't know if you can see, on off switch was up on the dash there. His little charging jack. On and off switch for the onboard glow ignition battery, and then the jack right there for charging the onboard battery for that. And then the next issue, they ended up being getting the centerfold. So what I had done, my dad passed away 2009, long weekend, but our club ended up having back in August there, no, July 30th, I think. So what I had done, Our club ended up having a scale contest. So my son and I, we dragged out his big Hurricane, my little Hurricane that I rebuilt, BT-13, which was our last airplane my dad and I built together, and my Spitfire, and put them all out on display. I put this book together of some photos of my dad's Hurricane. I believe this is Stony Creek's field for is getting it ready for. There it is with the scale prop and the big huge Super Tiger muffler sitting outside there. Here's the 3. I don't know if I can get, sorry about the light glare, I can get this better. So there was actually 3 Hurricanes. So my dad's Bill Orris is in the middle, and then I think on the left, oh, I can't remember his name. He was big into Norm McCullen, I think it was. I think that's his. Was big into scale competition. That's at our field in Burlington a long time ago. Gentleman in the middle, Rolly Noble, his son actually was my grade 4 teacher. The date there is 1187. And then that was, I think this gentleman here is, I think could be Bill Baxter. He flew Canadair, like a Challenger jet for Royal Bank. He flew all the big wigs all over the world. So my dad used to tag along for if they had some test flights where they have to go up and test out the systems, even drop the little electric generator. I forget what they call that on the bigger jets. There's getting ready for some engine runs, getting it started. It always seemed to start better either on its side or upside down. There he is working away on it. But anyways, got lots of pictures of it. It's out on the runway. The old the old Futaba Gold boxes. There she is, booting along in the air. Don't want to bore you too much. It's landing, switching her out, dragging her back. And those were night, I don't know, night 14th of something in 87. And then a scrapbook that I believe it would have been, Tom Baxter. Yep. So back in 87, he still tooting Hurricane tooting, because my dad had the 65-inch Brian Taylor. That was his first Hurricane. I built the Taggart Hurricane. It was 74-inch. So this was YOA. This was I guess before they repainted it, because this one had the little guns on it, and then before they repainted it with the flashes, the red flashes over the guns to simulate if they're fired. There's just some more photos of her. Yeah, just again, Rolly and Tom with his trainer. Yeah, but other than that, so what we're gonna do is dust this old bird off, and if you look down here, it's not on that side. Don't mind my junk. Close your eyes when you see that stuff. There it is on this side, I think. Huh, he doesn't even have it on there. I thought he had it on there. Must be just on mine. Sorry about that, guys. Should say Warplane Heritage back there, but maybe he never got around to it, or it came off in the couple of fixer-uppers. Built up just all stringers, fabric on the back section, balsa nose section, simulated panel line, Zeus fasteners. She's rough. She needs some work. Little exhausts. He made his own fiberglass cowl in that. I have the molds for it. And we'll come, little handholds, and then down in here we have the removable step for it. I seen a guy in a video. I don't know where he was from, but here's the wing for it. See, they had that fabric. They'd put the fabric over the guns, and that way they can quickly tell if they had been fired or not in combat. Retracts inner. I don't know if I'm not sure if my dad made these ones or who set this is. I know he did a lot of making different blocks and stuff because he had the little tag lathe. But she's rough. She's been through some stuff. Could give it a little bit of a touch up. I'm gonna pull all the radio out of it. I guess he was going to be flying it. I was going to start flying it again because he had put a new fill valve in for the air retract. Other dent to fix. Don't close your eyes so you don't see my mess. But just to show you, and she's heavy. I gotta find the bathroom. Sorry about that. I gotta find my bathroom scale to weigh it. Hang on, I grab the phone. This servo, I believe, is Isotronics radio. Isotronics, a gentleman was making them in Toronto, and my dad was using them for when he started pattern competition. It was the Isotronics radio, and then it never had rate switches, so he worked with the guy to get rate switches. Like back in the day, like you guys don't know how easy it is nowadays for setting up stuff. Now we just flick switches and do snap rolls, and if you want to do your stall turn, you hit another switch and it keeps a little bit of the throttle on to help you get it over the turn. Big old quarter scale Tower Hobbies. I think that was Tower Hobbies old servo and stuff. Rudder servo. One went to the arm to the tiller, was for the rudder. Rudder was on cables. Then the solid one was going to the steerable tail wheel. But we'll take all this stuff out. Had old Royal Titan servos, and we could get these things for a song when we had our local mall, like airplane show, and that I don't know who would have took over Royal now, and then that was for the onboard battery for the ignition, so you'd have so it wouldn't load up on idle being inverted. You can have it come on, and that was done through little micro switch, little piece of dowel, hit the micro switch, turn the switch on, allow power up to the glow plug there, and then the remote. Also had the remote glow plug attachment there. Down in there, I think that's an OS carb on there. I think that was one of the modifications for them. I'll see if it runs. Maybe I'll convert it to ignition. That would be something. But just something I drag out, putter on. Got an email a couple days ago that our flying field that I go to out in Norwich is officially open. They got the field rolled, the driveway in. It's on a farmer's field. Nice spot. Good people. So I gotta pay my membership, join my MAC today, and get working on this thing. So I just thought this would be an interesting project. If we bend it, we bend it, but it's not doing any good sitting just gathering dust. Usually it's covered up in plastic. I got the mold for canopy. I'll pull a new canopy for it. Replace the slides, but lots to do. I'll bring you guys along, and girls, if you're watching. And hopefully it turns out to be pretty enjoyable. Alrighty, so with that, I'll say stay safe, have a good day out there, and happy flying. Laters.